heading to LA by my lonely to look at my grad schools. I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm really excited. This is like my first trip by myself, so I'm kind of nervous too, but you know, sometimes you just gotta go for stuff. So here we are, going for things and stuff.
This is what I came for. This is what I made for. Give me what I paid for. Said I know I am able. Laid it all out on the table. This is what I...
So I just got here. I believe I'm at the right place. I just got to the school I'm supposed to be touring. And we're just gonna see if it's the right place or not.
Go more down that way, that white building's been blocking you, but it's really nice.
Oh, this is gorgeous. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Breathtaking.
It really is. I actually like it a lot. Yes, take a moment.
It's so calm over here. I can just see like coming to over here like after a long day. Hopefully it's not too
Honestly,
cold.
it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
That building right there is the theater building too, but that building is really closed most of the time.
Really?
So, yeah, you don't really, only for special events like that's open or like special guest speakers that come.
Yeah. So I just finished meditating, and you know, right now it's like almost 3:30, and my interview for USC is at 3:30. I just wanted to like record this moment because like, I don't know, it's a big moment, you know what I'm saying? And I want to be able to look back at this and be like, dang, like that's crazy. So I'm excited. I'm not really nervous. I feel very at ease, and that's why I kind of waited to meditate more towards closer to my interview so I could feel this way. I'm just excited. Be in my cap because I am a graduate. Shout out to all the graduates of class of 2020. Shout out to my alma mater, University of Charlotte. You did it, okay? I graduated from UNC Charlotte on May 9th at supposed to be, I think, 9 a.m. maybe. Anywho, I graduated May 9th, 2020 with my bachelor's in social work, and I am heading off to grad school. And although I'm here to celebrate some really good news, I just wanted to be like really transparent with anyone that's like trying to go to grad school or in hopes of going to grad school, kind of stuff that they should prepare for. Maybe so they can be a little bit more prepared than I am, and hopefully they don't have to go through some of the trials that I had to go through to get to where I'm at now. But nevertheless, I'm very happy, I'm excited, and I'm just super, super excited to start my life out somewhere else outside of Charlotte. It's just crazy because like how everything happened was just ridiculous. Like I promise you, like I was literally just searching for social work. It literally just started off with me searching for social work graduate schools, and eventually I started narrowing it down. So I was looking at a school in Texas, I was looking at a school in California, 2 schools in California I was looking at, and I was also looking at UNC Charlotte, which is my alma mater, of course. So for certain, I really did not want to be in Charlotte, and it's not the fact that I don't like Charlotte. Like I love Charlotte, and Charlotte has given so much to me, and I've given so much to Charlotte. But I know for a fact that I wanted to explore and branch out my comfort zone. A lot of people ask me why I decided on LA. Number one, when I was looking at grad school, I was looking at ranking as well to see like what was a good program for me and what best fit my needs as a social worker and what I was trying to do with my degree. So I want to be a therapist. So after I graduate from grad school, I will go and take my licensure test to be a licensed clinical social worker. And then after that, I would like to eventually open up my own practice, specifically dealing with mental health, therapy, things of that nature, all that. So that's essentially what I want to do long term. And the only program that really caught my eye was the USC program, and they had a specific track directly for what I was trying to do. So that's the program I really went to. And then after I did that, I said, okay, well, LA is all the way across the country from where I stay at. So I don't want to decide on a school and I have never like traveled to LA. I watch a lot of YouTube, like outside of me just making YouTube videos. I watch a lot of YouTube. So I always like thought about living in LA. I didn't really think it was something that was, I'm not gonna say I didn't think it was something that was attainable, because anything that you put your mind to is attainable. In that moment, I just was like, why? Like, why would I move there? Like, what reason is there for me to be in LA? You know? So I had told my mom like in, I think November, December. Well, first of all, I knew I wanted to go to LA in August, okay? In August, I knew I wanted to go to LA. I had told a couple friends, like started to get some advice about it, like how do y'all feel about it? I had reached out to one of my professors. She probably would never watch. Like, if she decides to watch this video one day, I just want to say that Miss Anderson, Professor Anderson, I love you. I really do. But I reached out to Professor Anderson, and she has her own practice, so I went to her practice and like made sure like that was the type of field I wanted to go in. She asked me a lot of questions. I got a lot of feedback. She was really the person that kind of like put me on the right track of like, okay, if this is what you want to do, you need to go ahead and get a full head start on it, and you need to start planning for your future if this was something that you wanted to accomplish. So after I talked to her, and she was saying, hey, like, you young, like, if you want to go to California, this is the time to do it. Like, do what you want to do. People gonna tell you what you can and you can't do, but it's up to you to determine what you want to do. Okay, at the end of the day, it's what you want to do. People, like, I can sit here and I can't even count on my hands how many times people told me, girl, like, what are you doing? And like after that point, I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna keep it to myself. Like, whatever is supposed to happen is going to happen, and that's just that. So the application, first of all, I'm a horrible procrastinator. And I remember I was talking to my therapist. I was like, listen, I've been having a semester, okay? Outside of me trying to get my life together for outside of college life, like just getting ready for like what comes after college, like my personal life is in shambles, okay? So I was over here trying to deal with personal stuff while also trying to make sure that academically wise, like I was gonna be straight to graduate and also go to my graduate school. So like I was just under a lot of stress around the time period of me like turning in my grad application, all the other stuff I had going on. And honestly, I'm pretty sure a lot of seniors were a lot of stress, because like college is crazy, and I feel like senior year it's like everything just started happening at once. It's just all start doubling down on you. But I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, so the application was due on, first of all, the application was first due like February, but then they pushed the date back. I forgot why they pushed the date back. Honestly, it didn't matter. That was just another reason for me to procrastinate. I did not turn in my application until the day it was due. March 9th, 2020, I turned in my application for USC. And honestly, I think the reason why it was taking me so long to turn it in was because I was just like scared of just not getting in. Like, it was just like, dang. But in that moment, I was just like, okay, if I don't do the application and don't turn it in, I'm not going to get in regardless. So the least I can do is try to get into the school that I want to go to. March 9th at 11 o'clock, I think it was like 11, almost close to 11:30, I ended up turning my application. And I remember this day because I was supposed to actually be going to pageant practice. And I had to text Kim and be like, yeah, like I can't come to pageant practice because I'm still working on this grad application. And I ain't going nowhere until this grad application is done. And I submitted my little, I forgot how much the application was. If I'm not mistaken, the application's like $75, $85. I forgot, to be honest. But I turned in my application, and like I remember I was talking to my friend Kendall, Jalen, Don, like, oh, my people. They were just giving me words of encouragement because I did turn my application really late. And on top of that, that was literally the only school I applied to. And I remember my cousin, he literally, like, I knew he was talking crap. I was like, yeah, USC is like the only school I'm applying to. And he was like, you're not gonna have a backup plan? I was like, no. I mean, that was literally my only plan. And me personally, once I set myself into a space of like, this is what I want to do, I'm gonna do whatever I can to get there. And I didn't see, if I didn't want to go to no other school, why was I going to waste my coins to apply to schools I did not want to go to? So University of Southern California was the only school I applied to. And I had told myself in that moment, like I was talking to my friends, I was like, listen, like, y'all, if I don't get in, I'm gonna end up taking a gap year. Like, in my head, I was just telling myself all these scenarios, and like, thankfully I had a great support system to keep uplifting me and like encouraging me. Ended up hearing back on I believe around April 7th, maybe April 8th. I forgot exactly what day, but it was like mid-April that I had got waitlisted for the program. So I got an email saying I was waitlisted, and in that moment, like, I just started freaking out. Like, of course it wasn't a no, but it wasn't a yes either. And that was hard for me. Like, it was a hard space for me to be in, especially when it's basically almost May and I didn't know where I was going to school at. And a lot of people at this time, like, of course, people kind of know what they're doing after college. Most people try to have it figured out, and it's just like that seemed like the typical thing is for you to have it figured out. And I just want to be the first person to come over here and tell y'all that I did not have shit figured out. I didn't have it figured out. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all on this camera and say that I had it figured out, okay? When I applied to my school, I applied off faith. I literally I've done a lot of stuff on campus and I have a lot of curriculums to back me up. But as far as academic wise, like, my grades were strong, but they weren't as strong as other people that are applying because University of Southern California is a very competitive school. So, like, I was just nervous, you know what I'm saying? So when I got waitlisted, I was just like, okay, like, I'm waitlisted, but who else on the waitlist with me? Like, I'm trying to figure out what my competition is, you know what I'm saying? So in that moment, like, I was very, I was down. Like, I was really sad. I cried a lot because I was like, what am I going to do now? Like, what's the game plan now if I don't get in? I didn't apply to no other schools. Like, what am I going to do now? So that's when a couple of days went by and I had just sat on it. And I remember talking to my mom. She's just like, you know, you need to start meditating. You need to start visualizing where you want to be. Try to get a sign. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be more in tune with myself to try to figure out what I wanted to do. And I remember I started trying to get my self-care back up. So I started running and stuff, working out more, just like trying to be more in tune with myself and meditating more. And literally, like, through me meditating and everything else that I did, I got confirmation about when, like, I had confirmation that I was going to that school. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's kind of hard to explain. Only thing I can say to you and whoever else watching this video is just like, just continuously, I think me meditating and like just having that time for myself, I had time to like be present in what was going on and not be stressing about what could happen or what wouldn't happen, you know? Like, I knew I had did my best. So after that had happened, I ended up emailing the admissions counselor that was under my application, and I told him, hey, I've been waitlisted. What can I do to get in? The first advice I would give to anybody that's been waitlisted for a program, I would definitely say you should reach out to your admissions counselor. After you reach out to your admissions counselor and got some more feedback as to why you were waitlisted, they will probably get, more than likely, they give you some feedback as to what steps you should take now since you've been waitlisted. When I had reached out to my admissions counselor, he told me that I had an interview coming up and that they would be reaching out to me shortly to basically, essentially, plan an interview to let me know when my date was. So since I knew I had an interview coming up, I used that to my advantage. Since I reached out to my admissions counselor, I knew about my interview a little bit more ahead of time, so it gave me a little bit more leeway to get myself prepared for what I had coming up. So I had reached back out to two of my internships that I had. One of my internships was a field placement for UNC Charlotte for me to graduate, and then the other internship I reached out to was the internship that I had did on my own over the summer at Youth Villages. So those are the two internships that I reached back out to get a recommendation letter since they weren't able to give me one for my application. So I reached back out to them and I uploaded. So there's multiple ways you can go about this, honestly, because technically you're only supposed to have 2 recommendation letters, but sometimes applications give you places where you can upload optional documents. So once I got my recommendation letter from Youth Villages, I uploaded it as an optional document so they could see some of the work that I did at my internship and also how much experience I had coming from that internship. Essentially just reaching out and making yourself more appealable to the people that's going to be reviewing your application again. After I did that, I also researched the school some more and tried to be just more educated on what school I was going to. I already knew exactly what school I was going to, but since I knew exactly who was going to be interviewing me, I went and looked at what their positions were on that campus and what they taught and stuff like that, just so I can be more relatable and kind of know who I'm talking to, especially if they give me the information right there. Like, Google is literally your best friend. You might as well look it up. So I did that. After I did that, I had reached back out to the people that wrote my recommendation letters and let them know that I was on a wait list and see if they could give me any advice. And I was prepared for my interview because I had knew ahead of time about it. So I had my interview that last Monday. So I had my interview on whatever last Monday was. I really don't know. And I'm trying to look it up, but forget it. I had my interview last Monday and they said that I was gonna have 2 weeks before I heard back. And I heard back on yesterday, May 20, that I got into USC. I'm super excited. So I'm moving to California. Like, it's just crazy because literally everything that I manifested, everything that I prayed on, it really happened. And of course, like, I put in mad work to get where I am now. And I would never discredit what I went through to get to where I am now. But like, it's a blessing. I just want to use this as an inspiration for anybody else that's like in a spot where you feel like shit is just not planning out, or it's not planning out the way you want it to. Continue to pray, continue to meditate, continue to affirm yourself that these things are going to happen and going to come into fruition for you. And like, you got it. Okay, it's only up from here. And don't let nobody tell you or try to shape your future for you. Like, it was so many people that kept telling me, Jazz, why are you going to LA? Why didn't you apply to more grad schools? Why am I wasting my coins when I don't want to go there? I'm not about to waste my coins if I don't want to go there. I knew exactly where I wanted to go, and I was going to continuously pursue that until I got there. And I just want to tell other people to do the same, for real. Don't let nobody get in your way. Continue to stay steadfast in what you want and continue to go for it, and it will get there for you. So I'm excited. I'm going to record all of my journey in LA, everything leading up to going to LA. Like, I'm really going to try to like keep like my YouTube channel more involved in that as possible, just so I can start posting more consistently again. I also think it'd be kind of fun to share with y'all. If y'all have any questions about like my major, or like I didn't go too in detail about like any specific stuff about all the process of my application and things of that nature. So if anybody want any more like feedback on that, or need help with their grad application pertaining to social work, I can definitely help with that. Like I said, thank y'all for the support, especially my friends. Thank y'all so much for supporting me. And we back, okay? We back making videos. I'm back. I have a lot of stuff coming up. I also started my business, but we're not gonna talk about that yet, but stay tuned because it's coming. And I'll see y'all in the next video.